a tiny gamer, and let's play some more Final Fantasy XIV with Tiny Bishie. Yeah, I know. Tiny Bishie still has his name. Unfortunately, I don't want to spend money to do a name change, so some iterations of, I think that's how you mean it, some names that have, some characters that have the Tiny Bishie name, or some um, games where I am Tiny Bishie will stay that way just because I don't want to pay extra money to change it. Anyways, the Rising is going on right now, and I there's also the Moogle Treasure Trove going on right now. I worked so hard to get all of the items I want to get from that treasure trove. I did so many runs of Praetorium. And then I thought, well, let me see if I want to do some runs with Izuna, which is my main streaming character. And I started going, pretty good. But then today I'm like, I don't want to really do any prey runs, so I didn't. And then something told me, why don't you look and see when the event ends? The event ends October 3rd, and I have not recorded, and I streamed Izuna, my cat girl, and Templeton doing the Rising and getting the stuff that you can get and all that. I have not done anything like that with Tiny or Silence or Danny. And now I am in a rush. It is 10:25 Friday nights, September 29th, and I have to work the next 5 days. So this is the only time I will have some semblance or some bit of energy to do this. So without further ado, let's get to it. So once again, we have Kipia Jakaya. Love her. Siblings Rising. Kipia Jakaya is looking a worried sister. This quest is available for a limited time only. Oh, if it isn't Tiny. It's always a pleasure, my friend. And how fortuitous that you should appear now, just when I'm in need of help again. Pray hear me out. You see, my brother recently wrote saying that he wishes to meet me and Olda during the Rising celebration. However, the appointed hour has come and gone, but I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. I've checked all the likely places in the city to no avail, and am beginning to worry. If it isn't too much trouble, may I ask you to help me find him? I'm in your debt. Now, my brother is a youth of 16 by the name of Hagi. He recently became an adventurer, something he aspired to do since he was little. Being an adventurer yourself, perhaps you know of him, if not cross paths. So, the things that you can pick are, I'm not familiar with the name, alas. I've never heard of him, or we met at the previous Rising. So, I'm going to say we met at the previous Rising. I know some of my other characters picked some of the other ones. And I know Danny has not met Jakaya before, or has not, yeah. Danny has not met Nahagi before, so he won't have we met at the previous Rising. Not only did you meet him, you helped him on his way, you say? What an amazing coincidence. That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that you wouldn't know where he is now. If he isn't in the city, though, chances are he went outside on some business. To begin with, I propose we split up and make inquiries in case someone has seen him. If you could focus on this area, I shall speak with those in the quicksand. Afterwards, let us reconvene by the entrance to the town. Okay. So there is people over here that I can get orchestral. There we go. So there's this one. And then there's this one. There's the rising advertisements. I don't want to buy that. That's just me. So, got those. Let's learn them. And I know I'm going to have to get attendance soon so that I can upload some of my stuff onto them. Greetings, adventurer. How may I assist you? Oh, Nahagi. I understand he is doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. I dare say his client can point you in the right direction. If you can track the man down, that is. I'm afraid I don't know his whereabouts at present. Okay. Let me go over here. And like I did with Izuna, my cat girl, and Templeton. Sorry, I don't remember my cat girl's name. It's a bit complicated. Just because I picked a random name for the character. But like I did with them, with Tiny, Silent, and Danny, I will read the letters at the end just to keep it all, you know, depending on who decides to watch which one, they'll get the same sort of content. Something you need? Excuse me. Oh, Nahagi. I know that spriting lad. Couldn't say where he is now, but last I saw him he mentioned taking on some delivery work. He's a curious one, he is. Gets along with everyone well enough, but doesn't seem to like working in a team. What with talk of bandits prowling the road of late, I can't help but worry. Okay. Also, I never timed how long this takes me, so this will be interesting to find out. Because last time I did this with those 3 characters, I streamed it. And so, of course, I'm talking, I'm doing other stuff, and I'm not paying attention to the time. Something I can do for you, adventurer? If you business with Bran, best state it quickly. This gas has leads to follow and incidents to investigate for the Harbor Herald. Wow. I see. With apologies, I haven't seen this Nahagi. As a matter of fact, I've been rather busy working on my upcoming piece on the Rising. Why, just earlier I was interviewing the ever-enigmatic Wandering Minstrel, who's got another unusual adventure in his offering. The Letter Forest, he calls it. If that piques your interest, I recommend you go and see the man. He's at the Gold Court over on the steps of Nall. It appears Nahagi is carrying out some work for the Wandering Minstrel. If you talk to the man in the Gold Court, you should be able to learn more. Okay. Luckily, it's just right here. I also learned that when I was streaming. I was going the long way around. It's like... Ah, my dear friend, what a pleasant surprise this is. I trust you have been keeping well. Now then, how might this minstrel be of service? So Nahagi's sister wishes to find him. Indeed, I have entrusted him with the task, and have an inkling as to where he might be. As you may have heard, on the occasion of the Rising celebration, I am hosting an exhibit called the Letter Forest. All are invited to anonymously submit letters to this forest and express their gratitude and encouragement for another. And all may peruse the letters at their leisure. Now, in order to collect missives from outside of Olda, I've dispatched a chocobo carriage. Nahagi is escorting said carriage. When he contacted me on Link Pearl a while ago, he said they had emerged from the 12swood on their way back to Olda. Given the hour, they should have already arrived. I know not what is causing the delay, but might I trouble you to look for them? I would go myself, except I am needed here at present. I am truly grateful. In case it helps, the carriage was meant to pass through Blackbrush Station, so perhaps you could take your search to that area. I pray that nothing has befallen them. Okay. Alright, now I talk to his sister. I always have this bad habit of thinking I have plenty of time to do these events, or I don't have the energy, or I get distracted, busy with something else, and then, yeah, I am rushing to finish up the events. And I have so much recording to do, because, I also have some World of Warcraft recording to do, because I want to create a character, so that I can do that event. And then, of course, I might not be able to do the Wizard 101 unless they're like something different. But, yeah, there's a lot I want to do. There you are. Were you able to learn aught of Nahagi? Escorting a carriage for the minstrel, so that is the way of it. As suggested, let us take ourselves to Blackbrush Station and try searching in the vicinity. Okay. Hi, Robon. I'd forgotten I had Robon out. So let's teleport. And Blackbrush Station. And then there's also the Halloween event that happens for Final Fantasy XIV. So I have a lot going on. And not just that, spooky season. So I'm sure by the time you're watching this, you've already seen me doing videos for Resident Evil. Oh my gosh, that game is so interesting, but oh my gosh. It is not like a game I've played before, and I'm glad I have a guide to help me. Okay. No sooner did I arrive than this man came running, out of breath. You're an adventurer? Thank the 12. It's the bandits from the Quiberon Mains. They've fallen on a chocobo carriage over by the clutch. The carriage only had one guard, and he was sorely outnumbered. Please, you must help him. That has to be Nahagi. With me! Let's go. Let's go help him. Damn it, there's no end to them. We have you now, you stubborn little shite. Enough! Leave my little brother alone, or 12 is my witness. You'll receive such a thrashing as you've never known. From this fearsome adventurer here, that is. I'm about as tall as they are. That's no ordinary man. Retreat! I mean, I can see with the Zuna and Silent, but little tiny. Are you alright, Nahagi? Sister, and Tiny too? That you should be the one to come to my aid. Thank you. I'm gonna say, how have you been, Nahagi? You remembered. I've been well, more than well. I'm sorry I didn't come when I said I would, sister. Rest assured, I'm not too badly hurt. That's a relief. I'll take a proper look at your wounds back in the city. I must say, I was quite surprised to learn that you had met Tiny. He helped me when I first arrived in Olda, from registering as an adventurer to complete my first task. He kindly showed me the ropes. Now, I had suspected that you were a great adventurer, but to send your foes running without even drawing your weapon, that's just incredible. I still have a long way to go, embarrassing myself like I did. If I want Sister's approval, I need to grow stronger and be able to fight on my own. My approval? But first things first. Brandit and I have a delivery to make for the Rising. If you'll excuse us, we will hurry back to Olda. Let us head back as well. I have a mind to pay that minstrel a visit in any case. Okay. Welcome back, my friends. Pleased am I to see that Nahagi is safe and well. Rising attendants inform me that now we have all the letters. With this, we may proceed with letter 4 as this plan. Thank you, Nahagi. I'm sorry I'm late. See, or not for Tiny, there's no telling what might have become of the letters. Brandit. In the end, I was utterly useless. So that is how it happened. As Nahagi's quiet, allow me to thank you as well for coming to his aid. That being said, my boy, you were far from useless. Nay, you bravely defended carriage until help arrived. There's no need to belittle yourself so. Well, Tiny didn't rely on anyway. No, he drove off the bandits with nary more than a stern look. I couldn't hold a candle to him. Like him, I want to be able to deal with any problem without help. Otherwise, I can't claim to be an adventurer worth his salt. Without help, tell me, Nahagi, all this time, have you been working alone, even for the dangerous tasks? That's right. A worthy adventurer doesn't rely on others. If I'm to be the kind of adventurer you approve of, I must be able to handle anything by myself. I see. If that is what you believe, then I can't consent to you being an adventurer any longer. Return to our village and start over. What? But you were so happy for me when I became an adventurer. I'm working so hard to succeed, to prove to you that I have what it takes. But now, you've developed a grave misconception. Until you recognize what it is, I cannot in good conscience approve of your calling. If you cannot accept this, if you wish to remain an adventurer, then you must win me over. And it begins with pondering why you first embarked upon this path. All right, sister, I'll think on this. Okay. I'm sorry you had to see that. Despite how it may have appeared, no one wants my brother to succeed more than I do. To succeed and be happy. After all, I know better than any how hard he works. Unless he changes his ways, however, he is like to die somewhere out there, and even if he manages to stay alive, he would know only an odorous life. That's why I don't go out of my way to be I didn't go out of my way to be gentle when dressing his wounds. If he could focus on what actually matters, instead he's obsessed about gaining my approval and compares himself to others. I have someone melded to me. It looks so funny. What drives us? Kipaya Jakaya is again looking a worried sister. The truth be told, no matter what Nahagi wants to do, it is my intent to support him. It's his life after all, and no one else's. It isn't my place to interfere. Be that as it may, if he's sabotaging his own aspirations with his obsession for my approval, I simply can't stand idly by and watch. Loath though I am to impose, until my brother has found his answer, might I trouble you to keep an eye on him? Please take this as a request from me as well. Ever has adventuring been dangerous, and is more dangerous still for one who spurns help. Like Kipaya, I do not wish for Nahagi to continue on his current path. As a fellow adventurer, please help him find a better way. Thank you. Now then, on a related matter, I must pay a visit to the Weavers Guild, but I will see you again anon, if you'll excuse me. Nahagi set off this way, so you may find him at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. We'll leave him in your capable hand, my friend. Okay. And I know my computer is just struggling a bit. I do have plans to get a new computer, one that actually has a video card. So I'm excited about that. I'm nervous and excited getting a new computer because I know I need one, but change is scary for me. But I'm excited. Hopefully a new computer is going to be an early Christmas present for if I'm able to get one like on credit or get like a payment plan, then I'll be excited. I'll be happy. Oh, it's you. What is it? Is that so? I'm sorry. This is really something I should be doing alone. Still, it's nice to have someone to talk to. Like my sister bade me, I'm pondering why I chose to become an adventurer in the first place. Kapaya has looked after me since I was no more than 10, after her parents passed away. She was already a reporter by then, and her work took her to various places. From her, I heard tales about adventurers and came to admire them. Upon learning of the full extent of the impending calamity, she took us to a village in the mountains where our aunt lived. It's desperate times like these that people need stories of hope, she used to say, and I believe she had wanted to remain in Gudania and continue to work, but she left in order to keep me safe. I was a burden to her then. I don't want to be a burden to her again. For that, I need to show her that I don't need to depend on others, that I'm a capable adventurer who can handle anything by himself. Ponder as I might, I can't understand what's wrong with that. Well, when in doubt, I suppose I should do what adventurers do, and gather information. It would be good, I think, to speak with people like my sister, people who aren't adventurers, but are familiar with them. Who in Olda would fit that description? So, I tested the local purveyor of information and a business with extensive dealings with adventurers, and it all keeps pointing back to the Pace of the Adventurers Guild, Momodi, so. Of course, who else but Miss Momodi? In her capacity as guild representative, she's bound to have some valuable insights. I'll seek her out at once. Okay. So now we go to the Adventurers Guild. Did that dude look like Cloud? Hold up. Skirt! Yeah. Not the same, but he's trying to be similar to Cloud. To me, anyway. Oops. Where are you? There you are. Bishie is like in his leg. All up in his leg. I still remember when I first came here to sign up. I was a nervous wreck then, but now this place feels like a second home, and I come all the time for crumpets. They make them so springy and serve them drowning in butter and honey. Sorry, now isn't the time for that. Come, let's have a chat with Miss Momodi. He's like, Well now, if it isn't Tiny and Nahagi, to what do I owe the pleasure of both your companies today? I was hoping to get your advice on a certain matter. The misconceptions you developed about being an adventurer. That's an interesting one, I have to admit. Try as I might to figure it out, I keep going around in circles. I thought you might be able to offer some insights. This is just a gut feeling, but I reckon I understand what your sister's trying to say. Tell me, Nahagi, suppose you failed to get your sister's approval. Would you simply give up being an adventurer? Would it all become meaningless? From this counter, I've indeed seen off many an adventurer, each and every one unique, with dreams and destinations all their own. But in spite of their differences, they all share something in common, a reason for first embarking upon their journey. Tiny, would you mind telling us why you chose the adventure in life? Okay. I'm going to say I want to see the world. And then for Daddy, just to be cute, I'm going to put it's a secret. How very like you. Keep that reason close to your heart now, you hear? And you, Nahagi, what inspired you to become an adventurer? It's simple, really. I heard about adventurers from my sister and became infatuated with the lives they led. Like them, I want to be able to see the world while helping those in need. Then isn't that enough? Your sister's approval or no, you have a reason all your own. By the 12, I see now. At some point, my desire to prove myself to Kipaya has displaced my own motive for being an adventurer. That's a misconception Kipaya wanted me to recognize. What a fool I've been. Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong. Oh, sorry, that's Momodi. Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong in and of itself, mind, but it's got nothing to do with why you're an adventurer. It shouldn't force you to do things you wouldn't otherwise do, like trying to handle everything alone. Well, that's enough from me for today. I've said my piece. Now you do what you do now is up to you, Nagi. Thank you for helping me realize, Miss Momodi. Think nothing of it. It's my job to watch over you all. Nothing makes me happier than to see you happy, doing what you do. Okay. Oop. Don't go too far into you. Thank you, too. Thank you, too, for accompanying me. I think I know what to say to Kapaya now. And loath though I am to trouble you again, there's something else I'd like your help with. You see, of the letters we collected in Limsa Lominsa, one was from an explorer who was seeking an escort for an expedition. By now the letter should be on display at the Gold Court. I want to show it to my sister, and I'd be grateful if you could help me find it. Come, let's rejoin the minstrel. Oh, my voice is going. That's not good. I have 2 more recordings at least after this. I want to try and get the other 2 recordings over with so that I don't forget. Because I have that bad habit of forgetting. Ah, welcome back. Dare I hope you were able to find an answer? The answer? Yes, I'm happy to say Miss Melody helped me to come to a realization. And when I go to speak with my sister, I see. By all means, feel free to borrow the letter. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics? As I recall, there was a large shrine of a blue chocobo on it. Very well. Let us all search together, the more swiftly to find it. And I want to read all the letters just to show, like, what the letters say, because if I don't do it now, they all disappear. Letter with a chocobo carriage drawing. Dear not-so-new adventurer, as a traveling merchant, I've had my fair share of happy encounters, but sharing a carriage with you stands out above them all. For you see, I went on to sell veritable crate loads of the ring I gave you, and turned enough of a profit to buy my own carriage. You shared with me your adventurer's luck, and I count my blessings every day. My only regret is I neglected to ask you your name, so I don't know your doings. If my instincts are on the mark, though, you've surely made a name for yourself. Wherever you are now, my friend, I pray for your continued safety and success. While the contents ring a bell, this letter wasn't written by an explorer, nor does it bear a drawing of a blue chocobo. It isn't the missive Nahagi is looking for. Okay. Letter with a quail drawing. Esteemed adventurer, should you chance to read this letter, I pray it finds you well. Much time has passed since you helped us to rebuild in the wake of the terrible disaster, but we still remember you most fondly. Our lives continue to be hard, and every day brings new challenges. Nonetheless, we have regained a semblance of what we once had, and smiles are beginning to return to faces. The morrow will be brighter than today. This we dare to believe now thanks to you. And should you yourself face hardship, I pray that you believe the same. Okay. And there's none over there. Letter with a shield drawing. As someone charged with the city's peace, I cannot overstate how much of a boon adventurers are to our efforts. Some folks have expressed concern that an increase in drifters would see a corresponding rise in crimes, while on the contrary, they are steadily declining. Soldiers like ourselves are somewhat limited in the scope of our duties, and we are not always available to lend our citizens what assistance they need. Thus, would I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to adventurers who step up to fill the void. And then there's this one. There's the blue chocobo. Okay. There's no other. Okay. Yep, that's it. Letter with a blue chocobo drawing. Dear adventurer, how fares your journey? Mine continues, and I wake up to the sound of birdsong and lie down to sleep beneath the moonlight as I seek unblazed trails. Long ago, when an adventurer aided me, I was made to realize how alike we are. Deep down, we are simply travelers who thrill to make new discoveries. Thus do I write this letter now. in hopes of recruiting such like-minded souls to join me on an expedition. If you at all share in my desire to make the uncharted charted, then I invite you to seek me out at the Drowning Wench in Limsa Lominsa. Eagerly do I await your coming. This letter recruiting adventurers bears a drawing of a blue chocobo. It must be the missive Nahagi is looking for. Okay. Okay, Nahagi. I found your letter. No luck over here so far. How about you? A blue chocobo. Yes, this is the one. All that's left then is to talk to Kapaya. Do you know where she is? She went to the Weavers Guild, saying that she had business there. Perhaps she's buying clothes. At any rate, I'll look for her there. Thank you. For this, too, might I trouble you to accompany Nahagi? Afterwards, I ask that you tell me how events unfold. I shall await you at the Ruby Red Exchange. You're here too? I must confess I'm feeling rather nervous, so I appreciate your presence. Oh dear, you came to find me? My apologies for taking so long. So, Nahagi, were you able to find the answer? Aye. To begin with, I want you to look at this. An explorer is assembling an escort for an expedition? Certainly sounds exciting. In wanting your approval, I was determined not to rely on others, but a part of me dearly wanted to be part of the expedition, to go where I dare not set foot alone, so I've decided that I will answer the invitation. Then, this means you've given up on trying to do everything alone? I had wanted to prove to you that I'm capable, that I'm no longer a burden, and in my obsession, I lost sight of why I became an adventurer in the first place. To see what lies beyond the horizon, and lend a helping hand to those I meet. That's what drives me, and I was able to remember this thanks to Miss Momodi and Tiny. And whether or not you approve, I want to continue adventuring for my own reasons. Is that all right with you? Didn't you just say you didn't need my approval? But to be clear, I never actually intended to stop you. Do you remember what you once told me, Nahagi, shortly before the calamity struck? Did you interview adventurers again today? What were they like? What kind of places have they been to? Heh, you never get sick of hearing about adventurers, do you? Never, ever. When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer too. Well, that's as fine an aspiration as any. But do you know what kind of adventurer you wish to become? A hero like in the tales, perhaps? Oh no, sister, not a hero. Adventurers are free spirits, and I want to be the freest spirit of all. Oh yes, I'll travel the world and meet lots of people, and when I visit home, you can interview me as much as you like. For that boy to spurn help for want of my approval, I couldn't bear to see it, and in order to bring you to your senses, I may have spoken a little too sternly. As an adventurer, you'll experience no small amount of hardships, but you choose your path because you wanted to be free. So don't let yourself be shackled by expectation, be it your own or that of others, and instead take things as they come. So long as you are true to yourself and recognize your limits, you'll surely find a way forward. And remember, not even heroes can accomplish everything alone. Relying on others doesn't make you a lesser adventurer. If anything, the freer we are, the more we need to look out for one another. And that, I believe, is the essence and beauty of adventuring. Wouldn't you agree, Tiny? I'm going to say wholeheartedly. Understood, Kipia. I won't ever forget this. Knowing you, I expect you're raring to answer the explorer's petition in Limsa Lominsa. You'll be taking the airship, yes? In which case, I shall give these garments to you now. I had them made for you, thinking it was past time you had something better. For me? Thank you so much, sister. I must thank you, too. You're the kind of adventurer I admire, and I'll keep on working hard to be like you. I couldn't have asked for a better person to watch over my little brother. I appreciate everything you've done for him, and look forward to meeting you again, be it for a story or something else. With that, we will take our leave of you. Till next time. You see the siblings off, safe in the knowledge that all will be well. Time to rejoin the wandering minstrel and relay to him the tale's happy conclusion. Okay. And... nope. This way. I'm so small it was like hard to determine where it goes. Plus I get turned around very easily. Another reason why I need guides for stuff. Although I've been playing so much Final Fantasy XIV, it kind of helps me that I know where I'm going. Kind of, sort of, sometimes. Even then I have to double check. Oops. Went a little too far. Welcome back, my friend. Judging by your expression, I take it all is well with Nahagi and Kipia. I see. Pleased to mind to hear that. When we first set out on our journeys, 'tis usually for the simplest of reasons. Yet as we make our way, those reasons may become lost in a haze of motives, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. In such a time, if we can but remember what prompted us to take our first steps, we will always find the strength to take the next. Nahagi shall be fine. I am certain of it. My thanks for keeping an eye on him. Though these events have inspired a new verse in me, a verse about the dreams of those who seek new worlds, and the hopes of those who see them off. Greetings, warrior of light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here, that I might express my gratitude. 10 years have now passed since the world was reborn from its ashes, since we set forth upon this journey. Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventurer along the way. If truth be told, it hasn't always been easy. There are moments when I wonder why I must struggle so, days when I'm tempted to cast it all aside. But in spite of this, I always manage to carry on, and it's thanks to my wonderful comrades, and to you, our esteemed adventurers. By now I must have regaled with tens of thousands of your tales. Been regaled. You usually share them with a smile, but even when it's with a frown, you tell me that you're still enjoying yourself. It is no exaggeration to say that I derive all of my driving force from you all. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Ours is an unending journey, and nothing would make me happier than if we could keep walking it together. As you make your way, we promise that we will ever be at your side, matching you step for step. Now then, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Much time has passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Countless souls have made this place their home. Every single one has left an indelible mark upon it. Look at how pretty! So cool. Together we have built this world, and it is our sincerest hope that we shall continue to do so for many years to come. So please be safe and well. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. I dare say Nahagi is aboard the airship by now. I pray that he and Kipia will find happiness upon their respective paths. I hope that you do as well, my friend. If you would lend me an ear, I would dedicate these verses to your future. By morning light the journey starts, a thrill of hope within our hearts. on westerly wind to river song, into the world where we belong. Above fields of white and azure sky, or sunset storm a crimson fire, jewels a glitter on pitch black veil, a new day dawns, so goes the tale. By eternal wind we carry on, boldly towards a golden morn, with memories as a guiding star, shining our steps both near and far. Where will you go? Whom will you meet? What will you see? There's no telling what the future holds for anyone. Yet come what may, I bid you never forget this. The bonds you forge, the memories you make, and the footprints you leave behind, they shall one day spur you forward. So pray continue to walk your own path. Wherever your journey leads, I shall be praying for your happiness. With memories shared, yet all our own, as one we brave frontiers unknown. Thank you for 10 years. I don't know why that always makes me tear up. But I love the message all the same. Yay, I did it! And I have a new mount. That's why I've been so wanting to do this. And I'm glad I'm being able to do it before I lose my chance. You now have access to the letter forest in the Gold Court. Speak with the tender stationed there to read the letters. Additionally, you have also unlocked the Kupo Kupo Adventure minigame on the steps of Nald. Speak with Nonora at the Ruby Red Exchange to play. This, along with other minigames, may also be played by opening the toy chest in any inn room. Okay. So I'm going to... Achievement unlocked, a decade of adventure. Yeah. I got my Phoenix mount. Okay. Now I'm going to... Oops. Go back to here. I'm going to read the letters. I know this video is going to be over an hour. But it's because I talked and did a little explanation about stuff in the beginning. Hopefully the other two videos won't be as long. Also, I hope not because my voice. These letters are pretty short, so it shouldn't be too long. Greetings and welcome to the Letter Forest. Displayed here are messages of gratitude and encouragement which folks the realm over have anonymously written. It comes as no surprise, but no few messages are addressed to adventurers. If you wish to peruse some letters, I should be pleased to guide you. Okay. See, it looks like a lot, but they go pretty fast. Many years have passed since we installed a message board on an unassuming street corner. To see it continue to be utilized by adventurers fills me and my fellow keepers with pride. Like a lodestone, the message board draws people together, and it is our hope that it keeps serving you well as a means to share information. For our humble part, we shall endeavor to maintain the board in good repair, while bringing you news that may be of interest. With best wishes, a message board keeper. As a choreographist, my job is to create movements that convey specific emotions, such as a dancer's performance or Mamet's adorable gesture. And though I have the honor of contributing my expertise to etiquette manuals, movement cannot be tangibly preserved in the manner that artwork such as paintings can. From the mesmerizing flutter of fabric to the inviting springiness of a booze, it all passes by in an instant. In light of this, if but one of my steps of flourishes occupy a place in your memory, then nothing would make me happier. Movingly yours, a humble choreographist. Or choreographist. Yeah, choreographist. One lazy afternoon, as I stood by the Azurite Plaza, I found myself absorbed by the sight of adventurers willing away their time. Greeting friends who were passing by, practicing a new learned dance, sitting on a bench and chatting, opening umbrellas when it began to rain, tucking into a loaf of bread when peckish. To the untrained eye, they were doing naught out of the ordinary. I, however, saw the fruits of my life's work, and it warmed my heart. Dreaming of a way when proper social etiquette is practiced by all, be it in a ballroom or otherwise, I shall continue my quest to edify. Courteously yours, an etiquette manual writer. Dear adventurer, I'm a theater set designer, and one who is said to have a perchance for designing unusual props for the stage. Some of my labors of love, it thrilled me to discover, have caught your eye to become little companions that follow you around, or even modes of transportation. To see my creations for the stage delight you often, even the oddest ones, delights me in turn, and further motivates me in my craft. In hopes that I can continue to delight you all, I will endeavor to create ever more interesting props. Yours in whimsy, a theater set designer. Dear adventurer, I am a festival committee member in charge of decorating the cities during celebrations. While decorations are an unremarked part of events, some of you have noticed the little touches we apply, such as stray bombs and romantic snowmen, and it makes our efforts all the more worthwhile. As you continue your adventures, it is our hope that the festive ambiance we create throughout the year will provide you with joy and respite both. Mercifully yours, a festival committee member. Recently, my fellows and I have been taking ourselves around the realm, repairing buildings and roads, as well as restoring natural landscapes. This we do as part of an initiative to improve quality of life for adventurers. Yours is a long journey. What little we can do to ease your way, we gladly do. Constructively yours, a humble architect. You who are reading this letter, I bid you imagine the countless adventurers who call this world home. I dare say it isn't difficult to do so, for that is a reality as it stands. Yet we mustn't take for granted, for what we have now is the culmination of much hard work by full many souls. Souls including your good self. Adventurers breathe life into this world, each one of you giving rise to a grand tale, and I hope you never forget this. Thank you for taking the time to cast your eyes over these words. Wherever your adventurers may lead, may you find happiness. With utmost respect, a nameless artisan. I first set foot in this land 10 years ago. Since then, I have had occasion to meet numerous fine adventurers like yourself. Many languages exist, and they sometimes act as a wall that divides us. This world, however, is a place where we might transcend that wall and come together in unity. Each and every day, you and yours find various ways to forge bonds. In so doing, you gain access to a new world as seen through different eyes, and this is what makes life endlessly fascinating. As you carry on adventuring, I pray that you will be blessed with many such enriching encounters. Yours in understanding and unity, a humble linguist. Dear adventurer, during the calamity and for a long time afterwards, there was nary a smile to be seen upon faces. Now, however, I oft see you and yours walking happily through the city, and it never fails to warm the heart. In my mind, you are the symbols of the new era. No one can say what the future holds, but when I see your smiles, I am reassured that somehow all will be well. Sincerely yours, a humble citizen. I used to be an adventurer, but in the course of my travels I developed the urge to recreate for others the sense of marvel that I was experiencing. One thing led to another, and I eventually became a theater director. My role is to produce spectacular theater, and nothing is more gratifying than to receive praise from the audience. For a long time to come, I hope to continue creating memorable adventures to share with everyone. Yours in imagination and wonderment, a humble theater director. As an advertising scribe, I create notices for events and products that you see posted to message boards. Such information isn't exactly essential for adventuring, but I consider it job well done if people are aware of their options, and I'll keep striving to deliver information that may be of interest to adventurers. Thank you always for your kindness and compassion. Communicatively yours, a humble advertising scribe. That was hard. In all things, it's nice to be able to make changes to better suit your taste. But by the same token, the more choices one has, the more difficult it is to decide what to do. We began posting guides on the message board as a way to answer questions from adventurers. Before we knew it, we had surpassed 200 items. We couldn't have kept at it for so long without your invaluable feedback. It makes us truly happy when we hear that we could help to solve your problems, even in some small way. Encouraged by your praise and driven by your requests, we'll keep working hard to serve you. Should you have any comments or suggestions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We always appreciate hearing from you. Informatively yours, a humble guide. All who set forth must invariably pass through the entrance, and while most must not spare the place a second thought, we gatekeepers think of naught else, day in and day out. Our solemn duty is to ensure that all adventurers can enter unhindered, and this entails keeping signs in good repair and pesky fiends at bay. We're especially attentive when we throw open all entrances at once, following large-scale maintenance works. Inspired by the eager expressions you wear as you set forth anew, we will continue performing our tasks to the best of our ability. Vigilantly yours, a humble gatekeeper. A stirring story needs a formidable antagonist, one who stands in the protagonist's way and causes him sadness and suffering. When the hero finally overcomes that foe, they will know a joy that is as sweet as their struggles were bitter. Those who shared that joy will go on to become friends true, their bond transcending age, station, and nations. In order to create such depressing lows and soaring highs, I will strive to conceive of more compelling antagonists. Dramatically yours, a humble playwright. As someone who composes music for the stage, nothing pleases me more than to hear that you are moved by my work. I am also humbled to receive your words of appreciation for the concerts we hold and the orchestration roles we release. Orchestration. You are my motivation, spurring me to continue composing music that brings the story to life, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yours in the melody, a humble theater composer. Last one. From sword slashing to armor clinking, from water running to late wrestling, I had the pleasure of recreating for the stage the various sounds that can be heard out in the world. It is a challenging and a thrill to produce these sounds, and we draw inspiration from the knowledge they are heard and appreciated by many. However, the sounds of a play isn't limited to that which we ourselves create. No, they must also encompass those made by the audience and the players. It is a collaboration between us, a joint performance, and it is my hope that we can continue filling the world with sound together. Acoustically yours, a humble theater sound design. Sorry, I had to take a picture of Tiny just looking at letters. It looks so cute. Hopefully it turned out alright. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Oh, we did it! We did the rising! 1 down, 2 to go! Oh my gosh. Technically it's 4 down and 2 to go. Because I did the rising with all 3 of my streaming characters. And I want to get the Phoenix. Or the... You know, yeah, the Phoenix map. And as you notice, it all ties in to this costume. The Phoenix Riser suits. Because remember they talked about, you know, rising like a phoenix and, you know, not giving up and all that. It ties in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. That's going to be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!